Avatar 2 was a good watch, right? Now, it's time for her to take center stage in the upcoming sequel, Avatar 3. Let me start off by saying that, first and foremost, Neytiri is a strong, capable warrior. And in James Cameron's world, Neytiri's character is a fierce one. A leading member of the Na'vi, the indigenous people of Pandora, she's skilled in combat, hunting, and survival. She's able to hold her own against the powerful and technologically advanced human invaders and is a true leader. Furthermore, Neytiri's also a complex and nuanced character. She struggles with her feelings for Jake Sully, ultimately choosing to fight alongside him to protect her people and her home, all while grappling with the cultural differences between the Na'vi and the humans, and also navigating the challenges of balancing her loyalty to her clan with her growing understanding of the world outside Pandora. Besides her strength and complexity, Neytiri also represents a powerful and important message. As a strong and capable female character, she breaks the mold of the typical Hollywood heroine and serves as a positive role model for women and girls. She also represents the importance of environmentalism and the need to respect and protect the natural world. In short, Neytiri is a dynamic and compelling character who deserves to be the star of Avatar 3. Her strength, complexity, and significance make her the perfect choice to lead the next chapter in the Avatar story. Plus, for a movie that ran almost 200 minutes, it's disappointing how little Neytiri is in it.
Kitty, can you go help your grandmother with the wounded? Please?
Yes. I would use Yana bar.
While the overall story of the original film was that of her husband, she definitely helped drive it forward. She was the one who convinced Jake to switch sides, and she also represents the majesty as well as the plight of the Na'vis. However, in the sequel, the film's focus switched to the duo's children, with Jake still being at the center of the conflict. Even the basic arcs of Neytiri's story are pushed away due to the film cramming way too much storytelling into what was otherwise a pretty linear movie. Her whole presence in the film was a disappointment, and although she arrives at important moments, that often feels insulting. It almost felt as if Neytiri was nowhere until the script needed her to be somewhere. However, her character probably won't be taking center stage anytime soon. It's highly likely that Kiri will be the star of Avatar 3, considering the fact that her parentage was never revealed, and that we also saw glimpses of her power to control sea creatures. The mystery child is definitely shaping up to be the main focus of the third film.
You hear me, Colonel?
Her connection to the spirit tree is also something worth exploring, as up until now there has not been a single Na'vi who could use such supernatural abilities. However, her importance in the next stage of the series isn't the only mystery that fans want to know. Let's divert our attention to a few other theories for the upcoming saga of Pandora's Defenders, with one of the most sought-after questions being, who is Kiri's father? The fact that the third Avatar film is titled The Seed Bearer sounds like a pretty obvious reference to Kiri's unknown father. While Spider and Loak joked about Norm Spellman being her father, I mean, he did show up pretty fast to check up on her after her seizure. It might just be a misdirection. But just in case, someone get Mari up there so that we can know for sure. On the other hand, there's also the theory that Kiri may have been born through artificial insemination, or maybe even another experiment conducted by Dr. Augustine. We already know about the deceased scientist having a bunch of samples linked to Eywa. Therefore, the seed bearer could very well be Eywa herself. That could potentially explain the reason behind Kiri's powers as well as her connection to everything in Pandora. But will that be a bit much for audiences to digest?
I was doing that thing again, wasn't I?
I don't know, but it's definitely worth finding out. But that isn't the only family-related drama that we've seen in the sequel, as the ending of the film has left fans wondering. So how will Loak and the rest of his family's dynamic evolve? The youngest child of the Sully family spent most of the film as the underdog and was constantly berated by Jake for all of his mistakes. At the very beginning of the film, he almost got his elder brother, Neteyam, killed. And then later on in the third act, those opening moments were brought back in a chilling way, as Neteyam ended up dying due to Loak's decision to save Spider, turning him into an even bigger disappointment for his family. However, he redeemed himself by saving Jake, who had practically given up on himself following his fight with the clone of Quaritch.
The bond gently. Feel his strength.
And although the whole family eventually hugged it out, I suspect that the death of Neteyam will be looming heavily over the Sullys throughout the sequels. Though, I'm sure Jake doesn't blame Loak for what happened. However, his guilt, amplified by Neytiri not forgiving him for what happened, may take him to some pretty dark places. However, the rest of his family, or maybe even his love interest, Saria, who taught him about the titular way of water, could potentially play a pivotal role in helping him out.
Look, your heartbeat is fast.
Sorry.
Try to focus.
Still, Loak isn't the only son of the Sully family that might play an important role in the upcoming film, as Spider, their adoptive son, may end up joining Quaritch. Like father, like son, huh? Despite his loyalty to the Na'vi, Spider did some pretty questionable things. Seeing the shoulder cam footage of Jake and Neytiri killing his father Quaritch might have flipped a switch in him. However, that's no excuse to actively help the humans and their Avatar goon squad commit so many war crimes. After all, a little bit of father-son bonding over a healthy dose of genocide definitely helps bring people together. On the other hand, though, in the third act of the film,
Colonel, stand down! Colonel, me! Corporal Winfrey! Lyle? All right, let me go.
Spider was almost killed by Neytiri after Quaritch held Kiri hostage. After the villain finally lets Kiri go, Neytiri dropped him like a sack of potatoes.
The way of water has no beginning and no end. In the womb of the water. You did it!
Clearly hinting at the fact that she didn't feel anything for him. The following Avatar films will definitely delve into that part of his character. Maybe Spider even ends up becoming the new villain once Quaritch bites the dust once again. Yeah, you heard me. I don't want that man to have a redemption arc, but that's a story for another time, as there's yet another big mystery that the film can expand on, which is the use of the Amrita. We found out through Scoresby and Dr. Gavin that the Amrita, an anti-aging serum that's being extracted from Tulkuns, is the main thing that funds the Resources Development Administration's projects on Pandora. The effect of the serum might be pretty impressive, considering it's being sold on Earth for 80 million buckaroos per vial. Chase a bag, I guess. That being said, General Ardmore also made it pretty clear that Earth has officially gone down the drain. As such, making Pandora the new home for humans is their topmost priority.
Demon blood. Alien, that's all they see.
I see you.
And since time's running out, they've definitely got to speed up the process. Now that they've figured out how to resurrect dead soldiers inside cloned versions of Avatar bodies, which come equipped with all the abilities a regular Na'vi has, their efforts have definitely grown. However, that plus all the Sky People's military might is clearly not enough to stop the Na'vi, who have managed to fight them off with pointy sticks twice already. So what's stopping them from experimenting with Amrita and creating super soldiers that are far more lethal and potentially even impervious to death? That would definitely be an interesting thing to see. But hey, the only thing we can do for now is wait until we hear more from Cameron on his plans for the third film. So, goodbye for now, and I hope to see you in the next video.